Hello everyone, and welcome to my Leimomitv series where I share amazing tips aligned to your soul. And today I wanted to do a live stream to kind of talk about the ways that you want to stay in alignment while getting shit done, and how you can actually do that. And I have some few amazing tips and why it is important to stay in your feminine while you are getting productive and doing the beautiful things that you need to do in your life and your business. So if you are here or listening to the replay, you can put hashtag replay below. Let me know where you're listening from. We will get started on what you need to do in order to how you want to stay in alignment to being in your feminine while you're getting all the shit that you need to get done. So I'm super excited to talk about this because I've been doing things a lot more differently in my life and my business, and I wanted to share kind of the tools that I'm using and the reasons why I'm doing this as well. So here are some steps on how you can stay in your feminine while getting your shit done. Number one is it's all about changing your perspective on things. So focus on the process, not the outcome, is where the magic really is. And staying in your creativity process is really important. So it's more enjoyable to stay in your creativity while you're doing what you're doing, instead of focused on checking off things from your list, making it feel more like a rush that you need to get it done, or where you're feeling like you're having to do all the things, and you can end up really overwhelming yourself while you're doing it. So this is actually one of the big reasons why I decided to make things shift things around in my life and my business, so that it doesn't feel like it's always like I'm in a rush of doing it. So feeling like you're doing it like it being a chore is one of the big things that we tend to do when we're more in our masculine, and this actually takes us a lot out of our being more feminine. We feel more exhausted while we're doing it. So we want to create, and as a woman, we birth things. We create from a place of birthing, which is different than how men do it. So we want to get to this place where you know that you're birthing and you're taking your time, where you're creating beauty and art, and you're creating a safe home, and you're creating fun and playful experiences, and you're feeling more nourishment, which is really important. The second thing you want to do is, feminine is actually all about being in touch with your feminine intuition and doing what feels right, than just looking at the analytics of things and the pros and cons and weighing that out and feeling the energy of the situation. Focusing on that more. Taking your time while you're doing it can really bring more heart, and instead of doing it where it feels really rushed. And sometimes your intuition might be telling you one thing and you might be doing another thing, and it really is actually getting you out of alignment of where you're actually wanting to go next. So you really want to be more in your guidance, in your intuition, your guidance. And the more you're in that, the better your home life will be, the more your ease and flow, and the way that you do things will feel more natural. The third thing that you actually want to do as well is look really cute while you're doing what you're doing. So there are many things in life that are just mundane, like cleaning your house. You can look really cute in your little dress or with makeup on while you're cleaning the house, feeling more at your work as well, like putting on some beautiful makeup and doing your hair done before you get on a live stream. Not just because you have to get on a live stream, because it just makes you feel really good, and doing it while you're feeling very cute is actually one of the best way to really bring in the feminine and not feel so much like in that rush that you have to do it, and it feels more fun and more enjoyable while you're doing it. Fourth thing is that you don't really want to create more struggle in your life. So not doing it from a place of struggle can be like adding more stress and more suffering, and we tend to do this as women. We try to make things more complicated, more harder, because it's just the way that you're so used to approaching it in your life and your work, and so you end up hurting yourself and draining yourself more, rather than being from a place of more playfulness that it's more important to create from that place rather than it being so hard. And so where you stop trying to do everything is really key, and especially when you're making big moves, you want to really remove that resistance. And so that's the fifth thing, is like really stop trying to do everything yourself, or just in general stop doing everything because you have to, right? And doing things out of an obligation will really create that where you don't feel as productive around it too as well. So focus on things that actually also move the needle in your life and your business, like where you're going. So 80% of our results actually is from the small little things that we are really focused on and doing. So the things that bring value to you, that benefit you, and actually working smarter, not harder, is actually the best way to be more in the feminine, because you want to stay out of that so you don't overwork yourself or overwhelm yourself, which we tend to do as women. We like to try to do everything all at once, and it doesn't really work out that way. So it takes us really out of our heart when we are doing it in a stressed way. So we want to do it from a place of our heart, of our intuitive feelings, of our, being in our loving and sacred space, because that's naturally what we are. And being in more feminine is how we naturally do it. Also letting go more and surrendering and letting yourself receive when you could use some help, and really ask for it. So be open to accept the help from others, especially when people ask you if you need help with that. Lighten your load more, focus on what you're really good at instead of doing what is that you need to do, that you're pushed to do, and giving that to someone else that could actually do it even better than you. So you don't need to do everything yourself. Like, ask your husband, your son, your kids to hold stuff for you, so that you don't have to carry the heavy stuff. Like, men are meant to carry the heavy stuff for us. They're more physically able to. Women, we don't need to carry everything. We actually just doing it because we think we have, that being motherly means that we have to do everything and be the super mom, but in reality that's not true at all. The man needs to hold all the heavy stuff for you. So I always have my husband push the stroller, carry the kids' stuff. I don't actually carry anything unless I really need to, unless I'm by myself. Otherwise, I have my son and my husband, push the stroller, and I just walk by myself with just my little purse. So I don't have to carry anything. So this is really important. It's like, lighten your load, invest in help, pay for things that are necessary to have your business to scale on the next level. Like, get the help that you're needing, and let go of the control of like trying to do it all yourself. And being more in that receiving mode will really actually help you to be more productive. Seventh thing is let go of excessive checklisting or scheduling things out. Embrace more freedom and flow is really important. It's good to get really organized, but when it gets to a point where you're just scheduling every single hour what exactly you're doing, you're not allowing yourself to get in touch with your wild and flowiness, and you tend to get really obsessed about needing to do all of these particular things rather than just like letting it happen. There's a difference between keeping track of everything and being really anal about it. So don't focus too much on structure, putting too much pressure or structure on yourself. It's really good for men actually to be in their masculine, to write those lists and to do all those things. But for women, we don't necessarily have to have all of that structured. We can have an idea and an intention and work from there. So then what can happen is that structure can be more intentional, right? So it doesn't, when you're in that too much of that structure, it doesn't help you to open your heart to connect to your more feminine side. And so this is like where our genius is, and where we're beautiful and creative and flowing and playful, and taking life moment by moment is actually the key in this, because then when you have this false sense of control, you're controlling all the things rather than like really enjoying and helping others to enjoy it too as well. And number 8 is to really slow down, like slow things down. Not everything has to be rushed. Not everything has to be a big race or competition. Like everything can be done with just intention, with presence and purpose. And when you rush things and you're frantically doing stuff, rushing around, you're really disconnected from your feminine and from your flow. So slowing down in this fast-paced world is like really important. So get really clear on what are the things that move the needle in your life and your business, and actually focus on those particular things rather than trying to make that, like, trying to clear things off your to-do list. It's just going to make a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. So focus on what is necessary to do and slow down a bit more to feel it, because your intuition might tell you to do something otherwise. So whether you're in your feminine, your masculine, it's not about what you do. It's more about how you do it and how you're operating, and when you are doing it, that really matters more. So if you're feeling more like you're in your masculine and you're in a place where it's like taking a lot of your time and energy, to really stay in alignment in your feminine energy, you want to first set intentions and priorities. Start your day by setting those intentions that align with your feminine values, that are like usually compassion, intuition, connection. Prioritize those tasks first that really resonate with those intentions, and then that will really contribute to your overall well-being. And this is where you're going to feel more of the fulfillment in what you're doing, rather than you just having to do it. The other thing you want to do is embrace flow and flexibility. So instead of having a rigid schedule, like I said, and deadlines, allow yourself to flow with the natural rhythms of the energy of what's happening in your life or the seasons. Be open to adjusting your plans and embracing spontaneity more, especially when it's needed, and trusting your intuition to guide you is how you get there faster. The other thing is practice mindfulness and presence. So stay grounded in the present moment. Be more practicing mindfulness throughout the day, especially. Pay attention to your breath, sensations, and what your body is telling you, your environment around you. Cultivate this sense of presence and awareness in all your activities. The other thing you want to do is engage in more self-care rituals. And so incorporate self-care rituals in your daily routine to nurture your feminine more, especially your feminine essence and radiance. And this could include practices like meditation, yoga, journaling, spending time in nature, prioritizing activities that really recharge you and rejuvenate you. You also want to express more gratitude and appreciation. You really cultivate that attitude and appreciation for yourself, for others, and for blessings in your life, and take the moments throughout your day to really acknowledge these things. And this will actually create more beauty and abundance around you, because you're going to feel it, because you're engaged more in expressing that gratitude and appreciation. The other thing you want to do is create a supportive environment. So surround yourself with people and environments that like really honor and uplift your feminine energy. Seek out connections with individuals who really respect your intuition, who brings out the emotions and feelings and a very unique way of you being you. The other thing is you really truly want to trust your intuition. So learn to trust your intuition as your guiding force in decision-making processes, that whatever you're doing, because you want to tune into your inner wisdom and allow it to inform your choices and actions, even in more professional settings, especially if you're doing things in your business. Other thing is kind of set boundaries and honor your needs, and establish those clear boundaries will really protect your energy and honor the needs that you're needing at the moment. So practice and saying no to the commitments that really, situations that drain your energy, that compromises your well-being. And why you want to stay in your feminine energy is because of the authenticity and alignment. Embracing your feminine energy from that really allows you to show your authentic and aligned true self, which is really what it's all about. So when you honor your feminine essence and you cultivate a sense of inner harmony and congruence of what you're doing, you're more likely to create more and be more productive as well. The other thing is creativity and innovation. So feminine energy is inherently like very creative intelligence and intuition. So you're fostering innovation, out of the box thinking, which is really where the magic is. By staying in your feminine energy, you'll tap more into like your wellspring of creativity that can lead to more novel solutions and ideas that you're maybe needing right now. Effective communication and connection is also why you want to stay in your feminine energy, because feminine energy is relational and empathetic, and so enhancing your communication and connection with others. When you stay in your feminine energy, you will deepen your ability to listen, to empathize, and to connect with your heart at heart-to-heart level. Also, the reason as well is why is emotional intelligence and resilience is like really key in order to really be productive, right? So cultivating your feminine energy really strengthens your emotional intelligence and being more resilient and getting things done and what needs to happen. You become more attuned to your like emotions and be better, more equipped to navigate challenges and grace and feeling more compassion. The most important thing as well is feeling fulfillment and well-being. So prioritizing your feminine energy really leads to a greater sense of fulfillment and well-being. And by honoring your intuition and nurturing your soul and embracing that flow, you'll create a life that feels really much more deeply satisfying and meaningful. So ultimately, staying in your feminine energy while getting things done, allows you to embody qualities of strength, grace, and authenticity is really what you're looking for. So by integrating these feminine principles that I'm talking about into some of your, business or productivity practices that you're doing in your home, in your with your kids, this will create more harmonious balance that supports your overall success and your well-being and being more not just professional but in your personal life as well. So they both go hand in hand. So when you're in your feminine, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel like this flow that happens and comes over you, and then you're just creating, and this beautiful creation starts happening. Like I just been creating a lot of meditations and affirmation type of meditations for my membership, and creating beautiful memes and just like bringing that creativity part of myself out more, and just like allowing that to flow out of me rather than it having to happen because I have to do it. It's actually coming from a place of joy and fulfillment and love, and flowers and beautiful things like around me has become a huge part of what I do, and in that loving presence rather than how I used to do it, which was really more too much in the I have to get it done, and feeling really disconnected from my own feminine has been what has been crucial to really bringing the balance and all the things I want to be creating now. It's just different. Like I want to live a softer life. I want to live in a way that feels more in alignment to my soul and the way it's calling me, rather than okay, I have to make the money for this and that, and we have to go here to travel there and things like that. So finding that creativity flow, finding that feminine touch that you bring into things, and coming from that perspective, it's where everything, or where all the beauty of everything is at. So if you really want to go deeper into this, I have my soul aligned membership and mentorship going on right now. I'm going to actually talk about my mastermind very soon, where you'll get more help from me on all of these kind of principles to be more in alignment with, if you're in your feminine, you want to be more in alignment with your feminine or in your masculine practices. Will help you with your marketing or sales or anything like that as well, and like moving the needle in your life and your business so that it really feels more in alignment and in fulfillment, and starts to create results and success for you. So if you're wanting to learn new skills and to really change your life, and this is one of the best ways to work with me, right now the membership is at $97 or $999 for the whole year, where you get all of my courses and workshops and things that I do throughout the year in my membership, and at the same time I also have some calls and some chats with me. Mentorship is also very similar as well, but this is more where I'll help you to get to your next level from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures, where it's like you're really developing new skills to utilize your soul alignment blueprints, your to be a better like healer, multi-dimensional healer, and you'll be certified in all those things too as well. So these coaching and certification practices that I'm doing and helping to stay in alignment and what that really looks like to stay in your true superpower, then that is my mentorship option to as well. So this is where we'll have live calls, and I'll coach you through whatever kind of things that you're needing help with, whether it's your relationship, whether it's in love, whether it's creating more cash flow into your business. So if any of these are resonating with you, feel free to reach out to me, and we'll get started with all the things. So hope this was helpful. If you love this, please do like it or share this on I also put this on my YouTube channel, so you can actually share it and watch it there as well. And yeah, the next couple of things that are coming up would be the mastermind. This is more for those who are wanting to work at a higher level with me, so that are like multiple 6 figures or going to 7 figures, and they're really wanting to work on their mindset, their soul alignment, so that they can really get to their next level. And one of the key things is utilizing their true superpower and making sure that their offers and everything is makes sense and is scalable to the level of where they can fully show up and authentically in their true self. So all right, I hope you guys all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the other side. Aloha.